Joining us now is Congressman Nick Lalota of New York. He serves on the Homeland Security and Oversight Committee. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Good afternoon. Good to be with you.
Congressman, what questions are top of mind as you look into this assassination attempt, and where do you start in these lines of questions?
So my colleagues and I on the Homeland Security Committee, my Republican colleagues and I, have a lot of questions for how what happened on Saturday was allowed to happen. The American people have the same questions and have a lot of doubts with respect to the process and how an individual was allowed not only to occupy but with a deadly weapon, have a range to a former president who is a candidate for president right now. There are a lot of questions surrounding which tactical decisions were made, who had authority and why authorities were not exercised. Those are the close range questions we have. The broader ones that we have is, are there hiring practices within our federal agencies that are preventing us from getting the best and brightest on scenes like this to keep America safe? We have a lot of questions, and we are endeavoring to get into those right away.
Congressman, one question that seems to be fluctuating, and I have sources inside Secret Service, I have friends who have sources there talking about the exact makeup of that Secret Service team that was on duty that day. And we're hearing from various sources that the normal crew was not actually filling the ranks, if you will, that day. Do you know anything about the makeup of the exact team who are on the ground protecting Trump?
Yeah, I'm not able to share the exact complexion as it compared to previous events with President Trump. However, I think that there's going to be a lot of responsibility borne upon the agents, those in charge, and those who failed in their duties that day. The worst Secret Service failure in 4 decades happened right in front of our eyes. We saw it unwind. If we weren't watching the event live, we heard about it soon afterwards, and we've seen footage since. There needs to be a day of accountability, and that day of accountability needs to come soon so that the public can regain confidence in the agencies that are said to protect us. And a candidate for president who, according to polls, is very likely to be the 47th president of the United States to lead our country once again. We have to get this right, and getting this right starts with accountability of those who got it wrong just on Saturday.
I think I speak for a lot of us when I say we're still reacting to the footage. Every time you see those moments, it's visceral. It elicits a visceral reaction across the spectrum. What was your reaction when you saw all of this unfold, as a lawmaker, as a New Yorker, as a Republican?
Yeah, so I was out to dinner with my family. We were at a lacrosse tournament for my middle child. I was with my wife, my 3 kids, and their grandparents. So the 7 of us were at dinner as I got messages about this attempted assassination of President Trump. And it's difficult to explain to kids how this is not normal, how this ought not to be a part of our political discourse, how this should not be a job hazard. This is not normal, and explaining that to my kids, who then, after we went back home to Grandma and Grandpa's house and watching it on the TV repeatedly, as so many of us Americans have watched afterwards, how this is not normal, how our elections should not be decided by bullets. They should be decided at the ballot box. That is so important for our youngest generation to understand. But as a lawmaker, what we can do, and specifically as a House of Representatives, how we can conduct oversight of the executive branch who got this wrong. There are reports that the Trump campaign requested additional security to ameliorate risks like we saw on Saturday. We want to substantiate that those requests were made, and we want to understand the decision-making of the administration who, if those requests were made, denied those requests. These are important questions to ask. More strategically, more globally, we want to understand what the staffing requirements are of these important agencies to ensure that the men and women who are called to protect our VIPs, our candidates, and the public at large have the chance to hire the best and brightest possible.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.